down to an hour to give. I'm Sam Laprade. I'm so happy you're here, and you're going to be happy you're here too, because today is all about CHEO, Race for the Kids. We're going to hear all of the details. Lots of superstars coming up on this show as well. We're going to start with one superstar who I call a dear friend, and that is Emily Jamieson. Hello, my friend.
Hi, Sam. Thank you for having us again.
I'm so happy that you're here, and you've joined us here on An Hour to Give before.
I have. I love this show.
It's awesome. I love it too. A little bit biased on my side, but yes, absolutely. What is your important role at CHEO Foundation?
Thank you. So I'm Vice President, Corporate Philanthropy and Community Engagement at CHEO, so I get to oversee all of our wonderful community events, which is fabulous.
It's a big job. It's a really big job.
It's a big job, but you know what? I get to meet so many community members, and that to me is so valuable, and really connecting them to the cause of CHEO. I mean, I couldn't dream of a better job.
Race for the Kids. This is a wonderful event that happens every September. Give us all the details.
Well, it's actually October 6th this year.
Sorry.
No,
yes,
you know
yes.
what? We changed the date this year, and I'll tell you why. So RBC Race for the Kids is an annual fundraiser for us. It is an all-abilities cross-country event. It's hosted at Wesley Clover Park, so that's the west end of Ottawa. And it's beautiful. It's like countryside, grass. It's the best cross-country terrain that you can ask. There's a 5 and a 10K, so that's a timed race for those race enthusiasts that want to be a little competitive. And then for people like myself, there's the 2-kilometer walk run, so it's all abilities. So if you have your kids in a stroller, you can come out to the race. If you want to bring your dog, we invite all the community to come and join us.
I love it. I love it. So who's involved? Who is the the big players in this event?
Well, RBC, obviously, since they're our title sponsor, and they really do come out and rally. So all their team members, their employees come, and they come with their families. And I think that's one of the unique features about this event in itself. It's very family forward. So not only is there the run aspect, but there's also this family fun zone. So if you don't even feel like running, you can just come to the event, do some fundraising for CHEO, but then also enjoy the inflatables, a rock climbing wall. So it's all members of the community. And I think that's why it's so important for myself, right? To see the community connect around a cause, whether you're an individual, whether you're a family member, and you had a family member at CHEO, business community, everybody comes out and rallies around CHEO. So it's a beautiful event that you need to come to.
It's awesome. And October 6th is the big day.
That's right.
The partnership between RBC and CHEO is so heartwarming. We're going to speak with a representative a little bit later, Daniel, and hear more about sort of their connection. But when you think about RBC and you think about CHEO, they just seem to go hand in hand.
They really do. And this event, as I said, has been going on for 7 years now. Wow. So we've raised over $3 million. That's from the event and RBC contributions. And something about RBC that I love is that they really want to interweave themselves into the fabric of the community. And you can see that across all their corporate social responsibility. And you and I can have a long conversation about CSR strategies, but RBC really, really does believe in the community, and they show up. And I think they see also value in healthcare. Right? To have a healthy economy, to have a healthy society, it really starts with our health care. And that's why I think they really rally around CHEO.
100%. And, the mental health piece. I mean, there was a challenge in this city and across Canada before the pandemic when it came to the needs of meeting the healthcare needs and the mental health needs of youth and children in this community. Then the pandemic hits. Yes. And we kind of go, okay, this is even bigger.
It exacerbated things, absolutely.
So this event is even more important.
Well, so traditionally it's gone to mental health programming, and this year it will be going to mental health programming, but actually it's a part of it's raising funds for our large redevelopment campaign, which incorporates our mental health clinical care services as well. So it goes towards mental health, but it's actually going towards a much bigger thing that's happening at CHEO, which is this huge redevelopment. So we're undergoing, I don't know if you know this, but CHEO's 50 years old.
Amazing.
And so, things have changed in the community in the past 50 years. We've grown as a community. There's more people that we're servicing. Our catchment has grown as well. So with that, we also need to grow. And I do believe you have a guest that's going to talk all about that next up.
I'm very excited. Very excited about that. Alex Munter is going to be joining us a little bit later, and I cannot wait. So talk to me a little bit about participating. You've mentioned about families coming out, individuals can come out, maybe those that are looking to have that fall race. October 6th is the perfect day. I picture those trees, the colors, the autumn sort of that autumn weather is my kind of
Me too.
outdoor weather. So it is the perfect time. How can people get registered?
So you can easily go to CHEOFoundation.com. We have an events section. So CHEO'S RBC Race for the Kids is there. You can also see all of our other wonderful events that happen throughout the year as well. So you can go there and register. You can register as a team captain, so you can host and get your network. It's really that peer-to-peer model that we see in fundraising that's so important. So you can register as a workplace team captain, family and friends, or just as an individual. And you know what, Sam? I really encourage the individual to come out too, because if you want to meet new people within the community, you want to have that shared experience, we really do welcome all. And the event itself is very laid back in a way. You know, you're out in nature, there's parking, it's easy, it's accessible, and everybody is so friendly. So I encourage just the individual to come out and fundraise as well for CHEO.
Such an important cause. You're a mom. I'm a mom.
I'm a mom. Yep.
Does it resonate with you more? We're going to try not to have tears in this segment, but does it resonate with you more?
Absolutely. So I have two boys. Actually, both have gone through CHEO for various reasons. You know, I've been on a wait list for CHEO before, and it takes time to be serviced appropriately. So initiatives like this are very important to the parents in our community. You are going to make me cry, Sam.
Try not to, I swear.
No, you know, I think as a community member, you know, aside from working actually at CHEO Foundation, it's so important that we have a place like CHEO that can service us. And we're lucky, we live in Ottawa. There's people that travel from up north, right? Like our catchment, Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec, Northern Ontario, and then also Nunavut. These people travel because we have the specialists here that can service these kids. And you know, kids these days need a lot of help, and so CHEO is there to service them.
And I don't know about you, but before I was a mom, I've shared this before, I'd drive down Smythe and I'd be like, okay, there's the General and there's CHEO. When you're a mom, you drive by and go, thank heavens CHEO is there. Even if you're not turning into the parking lot, you're just like, whew.
Exactly.
You're there, you got our family if we need you.
And you know what? It's because of fundraising. It's actually because of the foundation that CHEO exists, right? Like that's what started the hospital. It was a bunch of parents that rallied together and said, we need this service. But you know, sometimes we forget that the community support is why we are here. And that's why these events like CHEO'S RBC Race for the Kids is so essential, because it's the community giving back. It's helping us fundraise for those programs and services, for our redevelopment. And I can't tell people enough, we need community support to enable these, you know, expansions, these services. It's not just the government too. So we really need the community to show up. But yes, I have been that parent that has had the peanut butter test in front of CHEO before. I don't know if you know about this, but everybody's worried about peanut butter as an allergy. So people park in front of CHEO to do that. Like we're so fortunate to just have it in our community. So I feel so blessed to obviously work at CHEO and to see the impact that it has on the community.
And really, the fact that people can participate in Race for the Kids is incentive enough.
Absolutely.
But you have incentives. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Of course, no event would be not fun without obviously winning some things. So there are some firsts. If you're a fundraiser and you come first in your fundraising, we have partnered with the Blackjacks to offer some unique experiences. So I'm a big basketball fan, so I'm hoping maybe I can win this myself. But you actually get 25 tickets. Okay, if you're top fundraiser in your category, 25 tickets to a game, and then also you get a personalized court experience where you can play your own basketball game as well.
How fun is that?
So there's things like that, and then there's, you know, with some restaurant gift certificates, there's some flight tickets as well. Like we try and make it fun for everybody that participates, but truly it's about giving back, right? That community connection. I think just even showing up and being a part of something gives you value enough, but yes, you can definitely win some fabulous prizes because we have wonderful community partners.
And I noticed too when these events happen, I mean, I saw you at the teddy bear picnic, and thank you for asking me to serve pancakes. It was the highlight. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I wanted to stay the whole day. But basically, when I looked around, I saw a lot of families, obviously, but I saw a lot of people that were just committed to CHEO.
Yeah.
That although you do that picnic as a thank you to the community, many people go there to thank you. And I think they go to these events, whether it be participate in Dream Lottery or they participate in RBC Race for the Kids, as a way of saying thank you as well.
Absolutely. And we have volunteers too, right? Like we can't do these events without our volunteers that come forward. So Teddy Bear's Picnic, we have volunteers. We're going to have 200 volunteers at the RBC event as well. So, you know, if you're interested in volunteering, I encourage you to go to CHEOFoundation.com. There's a whole whole section on volunteering there as well. Again, we as a foundation and a hospital couldn't do what we do without community support. So there's just so many ways to get involved. An event is one of them, of course, and it's a fun one. Obviously, I'm a little biased because of all the events we put on, but yeah, the community does show up for us, which is fabulous. But we need them to continue to showing up for us as well.
For sure, absolutely. October 6th is the big date.
Yes.
Remind us of the website again.
I would recommend going to CHEOFoundation.com, going to our events section, and it's under our events section, RBC Race for the Kids. Otherwise, it's actually a very long URL that you might not know. So just CHEOFoundation.com, and all of our events will be there to register.
You're making it easy for me, Emily, which I really do appreciate.
You could also just Google, but yes, you can do that as well.
And we've got lots of great guests coming up to talk more about this event. Anything in the future you want to tease us with about the CHEO Foundation?
Oh, well, Sam, Dream of a Lifetime lottery is obviously launching next week, and the home this year is absolutely fabulous. The one downside of obviously working at the foundation is I can't buy a Dream of a Lifetime lottery ticket, but this year's home is just exceptional. And so, so stay tuned. That will be next week, but we always have fun events to engage the community. So please check out our website, look at the events, look at volunteering opportunities, and just become part of the CHEO family.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sam.
Emily Jamieson joining us today from the CHEO Foundation, talking all about Race for the Kids. When we come back, the one, the only, Alex Munter. Stay with us on An Hour to Give. Thank you. As I promised, we're talking all things CHEO today, and the one and only Alex Munter is joining us now, CEO of CHEO. Hello, my friend.
Good to see you again, Sam.
It's great to see you. You have such a big job at CHEO, and I wonder how you do it. You always seem to have a smile on your face, and you're in social media sharing all these great stories that come from CHEO.
Well, it's such a special place.
It
and
is.
You know, you've been there so much. And
I know.
You're such a big supporter, and it's a place of hope and opportunity and possibility, and it's just magical.
It is magical. And speaking about magical, 50 years.
50 years.
It's incredible. This is quite a milestone. Talk to us a little bit about the milestone.
Yeah, so we've just celebrated the 50th anniversary of CHEO opening its doors, and part of that, of course, was an opportunity to reflect on what life was like and what children's health was like in 1974, and just how much things have changed over 50 years. And some of those changes are really great in terms of, for example, advances in pharmacology and surgical techniques that mean that, for example, either kids never have to come into hospital, they can be treated outpatient, or if they do come into hospital, it can be day surgery. When CHEO opened, there was kind of half a ward for tonsillectomies.
Oh my gosh.
I remember when I was a kid, all the kids I grew up here in Ottawa, all the kids in the class, I still have my tonsils. I'm one of the rare ones. Everybody's getting their tonsils out. And, they would come back, they'd have like a week off school, and they'd come back describing, it's basically what, my 7-year-old self would have thought CHEO was a spa. They described your ice cream and didn't have to go to school. And I remember pretending to have a sore throat one day, telling my mother I had to go to CHEO because
that is so classic.
Tonsils out, yeah.
I love it.
Whereas today, of course, and some kids do need to be admitted for tonsillectomy if there's other medical complexity, but generally speaking, that's day surgery. So there's a whole lot that went into the original design and the original thinking of CHEO that's not needed. But at the same time, over the last 25 years, we've seen a big increase in other illnesses. So we see everything from childhood cancer to diabetes, of course, mental health, anxiety, depression, eating disorders have all over the last 20 years increased. We have whole new diseases that didn't even exist 25 years ago, H1N1, COVID. And we have all kinds of technologies, of course, that we couldn't even have dreamed of 50 years ago in terms of genomic technologies in particular, now talking about AI. And so we have launched this campaign now, Kids These Days, to really expand, because the population of children is growing, so to expand the facility, but also to modernize it so that we can meet the needs of kids these days, right?
Kids these
Which are
days.
different. The needs of kids these days are different than the needs of kids 50 years ago.
Absolutely. And I think just to have CHEO in 1974 was a huge milestone. Just even have a
Well,
hospital.
it was a big fight. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard to imagine now because, of course, there's so much community support for CHEO, but it was a controversial idea. The mayor of the day was opposed. It took, and really, it was young women, young mothers, and pediatricians. That's who teamed up, and they raised money, they lobbied politicians, they convinced the government, the provincial government of the day, to sign on to having a children's hospital for Ottawa. And then, as now, when you have development or redevelopment, in order to access government funding, you have to raise money locally. You have to, it's called a local share, and you have to demonstrate that there's local support for these services and need for it. So that's been a consistent, that community support that will help us modernize and expand CHEO now was also why we have it in the first place.
The next chapter. Talk to me about the next chapter.
For CHEO?
Yes.
Yeah. So the next chapter is that integrated treatment center, which will be, if you can visualize the main entrance, will be right in front where there's a parking lot now. So we're building a parking garage off to the side because we're going to build this really state-of-the-art, accessible building for kids with physical, developmental disabilities, facing mental health challenges, medical complexity. So I know you'll be talking to Jordan soon, and many of the services that Jordan will be talking to you about are going to be in that One Door for Care Center, including the school, the CHEO school, for kids with exceptionalities. And then on the inside of the building, an expanded emergency department, expanded operating rooms, more patient rooms, more clinic spaces, and a big investment in technology and research to make sure we continue to be at the leading edge of care as a teaching hospital, as a research center. What happens, of course, we've got hundreds of dedicated researchers, and their discoveries, of course, will change children's health care around the world, but they change children's health care in Ottawa at CHEO first. And so that is one of the great blessings for us locally, that not only do we have a hospital with all these dedicated clinicians, we also have a healthcare institution full of researchers, innovators looking for new, better ways to deliver care and new treatments, and discovering, in the case of our genetics program, for example, discovering new genes and developing new therapies.
I cannot imagine this city without CHEO. I
know, eh?
It feels so odd to think that that it hasn't always been there. And 1974 was obviously a very big year. What do we need to do? What does the community need to do to make all of this, the next chapter, the next adventure for CHEO happen?
Yeah, and so our ask to the community is the same as the ask has been for 50, and actually more than 50 years, because the campaign for the hospital actually started closer to 60 years ago. And that is to do whatever you can to support CHEO, to make a donation according to your means, to support the various projects maybe mean most to you, and to always remember that when you're supporting CHEO, you're not really supporting an organization or a building. You're actually supporting your neighbors. You're supporting children, children with disabilities, children facing illness, and you're giving them a shot at living their best life.
And I can't help but think as well, and your role as CEO, you would know this better than anyone, is having the infrastructure, having a building that's state of the art attracts the talent, the people behind the walls that are making all of this happen, right, on a day-to-day basis. So is that an important piece moving forward?
Absolutely. And when we think about, for example, our leading edge labs in the area of newborn screening, that really the clinicians, the scientists that work there, having been able to, along with our genetics program, both identify genes, identify diseases, and develop therapies so that children who would have sadly died or had a great many limitations in their life can now be identified early and get the medication they need and erase the impacts of those inherited disorders, for example. It takes really smart people, smarter than me, to figure that out, to do that science, to do that innovation, to find the solutions to these age-old problems. And we're so lucky to have them here in this community, and the whole world benefits, not just Ottawa, but having them here means that kids and families in this community benefit first.
And we're looking forward to Race for the Kids, of course,
Yeah,
October the 6th.
such a great event.
Such a great event.
Yeah.
Emily Jamieson gave us the deets. We're going to learn more about it a little bit later as well. You're a dad. You're the CEO of CHEO, and you're moving on.
I
And
am.
I'm so excited about your next adventure personally, because I think that's wonderful for you. You're going to be dearly missed. Do you know how much you're going to be missed,
Well,
Alex?
that's very sweet of you, and I'm going to miss the place because it's a very special place. But after 13 years, it's time. You know, part of being in these kind of roles is to know when it's time to pass the baton to somebody who will help the organization do that next leg of the marathon.
And as a dad, talk to me about CHEO.
Well, so and that's when I told my colleagues that I would be leaving for the Canadian Medical Association in the fall, I said, but you'll still see me because I'm deeply invested in the success of this institution. I'm like any other parent of now a 6-year-old, which is I don't want to go to CHEO as a parent. I don't want to need to go to CHEO.
Right.
But I want to know it's there. I want to know it's supported. I want to know the resources are available for my kid and my family should we need it, just as I want to make sure that the resources are there for every child and youth and family in this community.
Beautifully said. We only have about a minute, but the mental health piece that you and I have spoke about so many times, especially during the pandemic, that piece keeps me up at night. Does it keep you up at night?
Yeah, and I would say that the biggest difference in 1974 to today would be that. And we have seen an increase in prevalence. Well, in 74 there would have been also so much stigma and silence, and we've been combating that. But we also have seen an increase in prevalence. We know that social media is a big contributor to anxiety, depression, eating disorders. We know that there's a lot of factors in the environment. We can't treat our way out of that. We need to think about how we prevent some of this from happening. But we also need institutions like CHEO to be equipped to respond. And we have, in fact, launched many new programs in mental health, like our One Call, One Click service, thanks to RBC, that funded that to get it up and going, expanded our eating disorder programs, more clinics, and we need to continue to make sure that those services are available.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
From the bottom of my heart, truly, I really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alex Munter joining us today from CHEO. We've got a superstar coming up. Get ready for Jordan. Stay with us on An Hour to Give. And we're back on An Hour to Give. I promised you a superstar representing CHEO today, and I have delivered. Jordan Ahee and his beautiful mom, Nadia, are joining me today. Hello, you two.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Jordan, have you ever been on TV before?
Yes.
Yes. Tell me why. You've been on TV because you were in a special commercial,
Yes,
right?
right.
Yes. So, Mom, tell us about the special commercial.
CHEO commercial, I'm assuming we're
Yes,
talking
yes.
about? Yes. We actually kind of heard of that accidentally from another family that had passed on word of mouth. And Jordan recently has done a couple TV shows, and so he was very excited to have the opportunity. And then when we arrived, we found out that some of his friends from CHEO'S school were in it as well too, so it made it all that more special because we watch it back and your best friend Malachi's in it with you and Ollie's in it and Lincoln's in it, and there were so many familiar faces that we can look back on. And
I love it.
We've watched it so many times.
I love it. So
Yeah,
I want to
right.
get to know you a little bit, Jordan. Tell me all the things you love to do.
Well, I love to eat pizza. That's my
Correct.
favorite thing.
Me too.
I love to
foods.
eat chocolate.
Is this all going to be food?
I like to eat donuts.
Okay, so we've got pizza, donuts,
And I
chocolate.
also like to be on TV.
Right. Well, you're on TV right now, which is fantastic. How do you feel about CHEO?
Wow. Well.
Did you love Miss Leah at CHEO'S school?
I did love Miss Leah at CHEO'S school,
And Miss Shay?
and Miss Shay, and
Miss
Mr.
Vivian?
No, not Miss Vivian.
Oh. The
Mr.
love is there
John.
too. Mr. John?
Right.
And Mr. Vivian.
And Miss Vivian, yeah.
Yes.
And your whole therapy team that you had there?
My old therapy team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty special that you get to attend CHEO school, right?
Right.
Right. That's pretty awesome. And Mum, when you think about CHEO and think back to the story of Jordan, give me a sense of kind of how it all came to be.
So Jordan is adopted, so I don't really have kind of his pre-adoption story, but his story started long before I came into the picture at CHEO. He was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, I believe, when he was about 18 months old. But I believe that he was being seen by physiotherapy, being seen by occupational therapy, being seen by speech therapy, even before that diagnosis was made. And then it was just a nice, smooth transition from being seen at CTC for physio and for OT and for speech and dietitian, that when he started school, those things were just already in place. And if we didn't have that, there would just be no way that he would have gotten what he needed. Like, I had to be at work, he needs to be at school, but it meant that he was still having weekly therapies the entire time.
So CHEO's been pretty important to your family.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it also, sorry, don't tell people secrets.
CHEO's pretty important, right? To you and your family? Yes.
Yeah, and it gave him a solid group of friends that he wouldn't otherwise have, right? He's in a regular school now. He has friends at his regular school, and that's great, but he doesn't have that same connection of people that have the same struggles that he has. And that group of friends, I hope, is going to be a group of friends that he knows forever. Not only has it been beneficial for him to have friends that have the same disabilities that he has, it's given me a support network of a bunch of moms that are now my best friends, and we can talk to about anything that we need advice on or need help on or just need to vent about.
And what I love about CHEO, and you've touched on it beautifully, Nadia, is that, yes, of course, it's about the children, but they really do treat the family as a whole, and they've created community for you.
Yeah, for sure. And there's so many things that we wouldn't know about if it wasn't for CHEO school too. He does sledge hockey now with some of his CHEO school friends, so he sees them weekly for that. He does wheelchair rugby, which we also heard about from parents through CHEO school. What else do? You do so many things. The Miracle League baseball, we never would have known about if it wasn't for CHEO school, right? And that's a great way that you keep in touch with all those friends from the school as well too.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. And I noticed you have a little bear on your shirt. Tell me about the little bear you have there. Your little CHEO bear. Can we see your pin?
Show off your nice new pin.
There it is there. It's pretty special to have that little bear on your shirt.
Do I have to tell about it?
Yeah.
How
You
I
can
got
tell
it?
us about it, yes.
Well, behind the scenes, when I was in the room waiting for everybody, I said, they just gave me, like, I don't know what I said, but I don't remember. But then she looked in, but then when she said, I'm gonna see if I have one, I'm like, no, I don't need it.
You're
Right.
trying to be modest?
You were trying to be
so-
nice.
We've been
yes.
working on that lately.
But she
But-
said, no, I'll give you it. And she gave me this one that is special for only the people that work there get this
Okay.
pin.
Well, you're a pretty special dude, so I understand. Yeah. So Mom talked a little bit about We talked about sledge hockey, and we talked about baseball, and we talked about all sorts of different sports. Do you enjoy all of those sports?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Well, rugby.
Rugby. Okay, so talk to me about rugby.
Get
So,
to roll into people and smash them.
oh, okay. Well, that's interesting then. Yeah. So you have a chance to hang out with your friends, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. Okay, good demonstration there.
and-
While smashing them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like bumper cars.
But it must be great to be able to see Jordan participate with friends and have this opportunity.
Yeah, and it's something that he can excel at. Something where when he started, he obviously, like any 5-year-old starting a sport, was really not very good at it. But things where he can excel, and I'm starting to see him gain new skills. In hockey this year, you even got a goal. We joked that it was a
Wow.
very slow motion goal, but it was a goal nonetheless.
Well, the goal's great. That's awesome. Are you looking forward to October 6th, RBC Race for the Kids? Are you excited?
I'm bringing my walker and
Whoa, you're gonna go. You're gonna do it.
like the second you blink your eyes, I'm
You're gonna be so quick. I love it. Are you gonna take Mom with you?
no.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave behind.
No.
And she'll just have to walk.
Huh.
Okay.
So you're saying you're going to go faster than me?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of
to that, buddy.
there's gonna be a lot of families there that day, though, Nadia. It'll be a very special day.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did the CN cycle as well too for CHEO, and so we're keeping that same group. And again, it's all his friends from CHEO school, so we're all joining together as a team to support CHEO.
I was saying earlier, that before I was a mom, I would drive by CHEO, and it was like, oh, great, CHEO's there. When I was a mom, though,
Yeah.
I was like, thank heavens CHEO is there. Were you like that?
Yeah, I mean, he sees so many departments that it would be impossible if it wasn't here. He's at CTC, but he also is followed by neurology. He's followed by the chronic pain clinic. He's like, there's just no way that I could have managed without it.
Yeah, very special. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that CHEO's here. CHEO turned 50 years old. Did you know that?
Yes.
50 years old is a long time. Started in 1974, celebrating here in 2024 everything that CHEO is. I'm so glad that CHEO's there
What
for
do
you.
they do for the celebration?
Well, there's lots of parties, I think, happening. Lots of excitement. And I think one of the big celebrations is going to be October 6th at RBC Race for the Kids.
Nah.
And you're going to be there.
Yes, and I'm gonna whip past you.
You're going to go quicker than me? I
Yeah.
can guarantee you'll be quicker than me.
Are you gonna be in the run too?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be there. I'm going to look at my calendar, and I want to be there with you.
And I'll beat ya
Okay, that would be
across
great.
the finish line.
So you and I will be racing. Jordan and Sam.
Yeah.
I love it. I
You'll
love
be
it.
in one lane and I'll be in the other.
Okay, sounds good.
Or
I-
you could say join our team.
Join our team.
Join our team, yeah.
We can.
It could be friendly competition.
What size is your clothes? Because we
Well,
can order them.
I'll share that maybe off camera, but yes, absolutely, happy to share. Happy to share. So,
Would you like a t-shirt? I think was the politer way of that question.
so let me ask you this: How much are you hoping to raise? Do you know, Mom?
$277.
$277.
Very specific, sure. Why not?
Very good. Well, I'm going to make a donation to your team for $100. Does that work? Would that be good?
We're famous.
Yeah, we're kind of famous. Yeah, well, you're very famous for sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can't believe Roger TV is going around Canada. I
know, it's
I
incredible.
can't believe it.
And
It's
you
so,
get to be here.
It's so incredible.
I know, it's incredible. It's
Ah.
incredible to be here. Mom, what is your biggest dream for Jordan?
Don't go there. Come on. My biggest dream for him is just that he's happy. That's really it. He's one of those kids that every single day he says a different goal that he has in life, and I don't care what he does. I just want him to love what he does.
I love that. I love that. You've got lots of hopes and dreams, my friend.
Yes.
What are you hoping for today? Is there something that pops in your mind that you would love to do?
What do you mean?
Would you like to? Well, there's some of the. I got a heads up that you like to do some stuff. So you like to maybe be a police officer, a firefighter. You love sports. Any
Love
of
to
that stuff?
dance.
Like to dance.
Love to invent things. All day long I hear, oh, but if I did it, I'd do it this way.
Oh.
Today, I want.
Today, what's your goal in life?
Today, I want to let know everybody around Canada all about me and CHEO.
I love it. That is the perfect goal for today. And guess what?
What?
You've achieved that. Check. You've done it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it so much. Who do you want to give a shout out today to? Do you want to say hello to any of your friends at CHEO?
I'll FaceTime them all.
Okay, you'll tell them you were here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. Race for the Kids, of course, coming up. RBC, such an incredible supporter. We're going to speak with a representative in a few minutes from RBC. October 6th, I know where you're going to be, Mum. You're going to be there, Nadia, supporting CHEO, and Jordan, of course, will be there. I'm going to try and be there too, but I'm going to make a donation to your team and help support your goals, okay? Does that sound good?
Yes, but does all the supports to each team go to
It all
CHEO?
All
goes
goes
to
to
CHEO,
CHEO.
buddy.
All
It
goes
all
to
goes to
CHEO.
CHEO.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for
Nadia
having
and
us.
Jordan Ahee joining me. Thank you so much. We'll chat again soon, okay?
Yeah, we'll chat again soon.
Okay, look forward to it. Coming up, we're going to speak with a representative from RBC. Stay right with us on An Hour to Give. And we're back on An Hour to Give with Daniel Thiruganaratnapathy. Nice to see you.
Thanks, pleasure to be here.
It's so wonderful for you to be here, representing RBC, which is an incredible supporter of CHEO. Why give so much back to CHEO?
Yeah, it's so important to us, and we've got a very rich history with CHEO. We've been at it for 7 years now, supporting CHEO, and specifically CHEO'S Race for the Kids. And as an organization, we're committed, and then as well at an individual level, we feel it's very important to participate. Last year, we had such a wonderful event, over 2,000 participants. I think we raised over $500,000 to support mental health initiatives at CHEO. This year, we're pivoting a little bit. We're focusing on the One Door for Care, supporting the new integrated center that they're building, and again, we were listening to some of the statistics that it should help them serve over 40,000 children annually. This brand new 200,000 square feet facility. So it's an important project, and as an organization, we're very proud to be a part of it and to support them.
And what's your role with RBC?
Yeah, at RBC, I'm the Vice President for Commercial Financial Services. And with this particular event, I get the pleasure of co-chairing the event with my colleague, Joanne Jacques. This will be my second year co-chairing, and we get to do the fun part, which is bring the race to life for the hundreds of RBC employees that participate, as well all of our community partners and the 2,000 plus people that we're hoping will take part. Last year, we also rolled out corporate teams for the first time, where organizations and businesses have a chance to enroll and sign up their teams to be a part of it. And so that'll be a big focus for us as well this year, to try to really engage the community to sign up individually, but also through corporate teams.
And here's what I always find really interesting is that you've got obviously this, this very big job. RBC is across Canada. I mean, it's just, you're obviously a very, very big corporate partner. And I think you've got so much on your plate. Why add to your plate?
Yeah, that's a good question. We made a 10-year, $500 million commitment to support young Canadians across the country. And so for us, supporting CHEO and supporting specifically CHEO'S RBC Race for the Kids, it aligns incredibly well with the commitment that we have made with young people across our country, across our communities. And it's not just a commitment, it really is a privilege for us to be a part of it and to support them and to see this project through. As I mentioned earlier, we're so proud to be a part of it, and we really believe that it will have a huge impact in our community, and we want to be there. We want to be there, and we want to support. I was looking at some of the statistics, and I read over 500,000 children have been served through CHEO here in our region. And we really believe that with this new facility and this project, they'll be even in a better position to continue that tremendous work that they're doing in our community. And for us as an organization, we have to be a part of it. We want to be a part of it.
And you mentioned the pivot in terms of the funds that are going to be raised. Talk to me a little bit about that change.
Yeah, RBC Foundation, we give back 1% of our earnings back to the community. And we made a strategic change from supporting programs to supporting capital. And there's a lot of capital needs out in the community right now. And so for us, when we looked at this project, it was just a natural fit with where we were shifting our focus to. And the One Door for Care project, there's a very ambitious price tag involved. We are confident that CHEO and the community will be able to reach those goals. But us as an organization, we want to ensure that we're there supporting them to reach their goals with this campaign.
And October 6th, of course, the big day, as we
Yes.
mentioned, RBC Race for the Kids at Wesley Clover Park.
Yeah.
You've picked, by the way,
Yeah.
one of the most beautiful spots in the city.
Yes.
But when you get there and you see, obviously, families like the Ahee family, and you get a chance to see all of the different families that are served by CHEO there, but layered onto that, you get to see your own RBC family.
yeah.
Is that special for you?
Oh, that is so special
Yeah.
for us. I always say Ottawa's a big city, but the business community is very, very intimate and very close. And our RBC family, we're thousands of people here in the region, and we work together all year. And it's so great to take a weekend off and to come together and to support an important cause. And then to have a chance to meet the families, the friends, the children. That's probably my favorite part of the entire event. Just getting to meet the spouses and the children and everybody else, and the excitement that's there. And it is an important part of the whole experience.
It's wonderful, and I think all abilities, which I love, families coming with strollers,
Yeah.
people coming and participating, whether they're diehard racers
Yeah.
or they're just participating on a leisurely, beautiful walk on
Yeah.
an autumn day. I'm anxious to find out your favorite sort of area. It may be Jordan and I racing. I don't know if you heard. Jordan wants to race with me at Race for the Kids.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite aspect?
Yeah, it's, I've got a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they love coming out and participating in all the activities. I think, Leo the Lion and CHEO the Bear will probably make a guest
Love it.
appearance, and they love taking the pictures. My wife is committed to doing the 10-kilometer run this year.
Right.
And at the beginning of the year, I said, you know what, I'm going to practice my way towards it, and I'm going to join you, but I don't think I was consistent in my commitments. I'll probably do the 2-kilometer light jog with the kids.
Yes, I'll be with you. Yeah.
I'll be the responsible one with the
Yeah,
kids.
that's funny. That's great. And I just think, CHEO celebrating 50 years as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel the excitement of the next chapter for CHEO?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of excitement. We just rolled out the race to our folks. And there was so much energy, so much excitement, and the stories that come out at the individual level in terms of, how important CHEO has been, how it's impacted, or how it was there during a difficult time in the lives of families and, and children. And so there's a lot of anticipation for the race this year, but, I get the privilege of being at the starting line when the race starts. And the energy that's there on race day, it's hard to put it into words, but there is a lot of excitement, and there will be a lot of energy and excitement as we get closer and closer to race day.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have more than 2,000 people this year.
That'd be great. I mean, that's a lot of people. And
Yeah.
I know you need a lot of volunteers to make that happen.
Yes.
RBC steps up in that way as well.
Yeah.
I think everyone I've chatted with today has been a parent, and you're talking about your children as well. Is there something even more special for you that, that not only representing RBC, you're bringing your own children, knowing that CHEO wasn't there 50 years ago. We're so lucky to have CHEO.
Yeah. And all of us participating, we're parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and we all know somebody, a child that has, benefited because CHEO was there at an important time in their lives. And again, as we were rolling it out this year for our staff, hearing some of the stories, it really brought a lot of tears to folks. And I know there isn't a shortage of testimonies of how important, CHEO has played a role in the lives of a lot of young families with children. And so absolutely, there's just, there's not a shortage of testimonials of how the hospital has played a big role in the lives of families across our region.
And I think the pandemic as well put a spotlight. My daughter was 11, 12 when the pandemic hit. Very challenging time. That's the age she should have been at sleepovers and soccer tournaments and not sort of, isolated at home. And I think the mental health piece, I think that was a big wake-up call for many of us. Would you agree?
It was. And, mental health was a challenge, and COVID was a challenge, and there's just been so many challenges of late. And, as a young father and having a young family, you never have children thinking that you will use the resources of a hospital or of CHEO. But if ever, you do need to use those resources, it's comforting to know that they're there. And you hear the stories of how they've been there for others and other families. And so it's important. And mental health was, a big challenge for a lot of, even in our workforce. We hear stories of how families have been impacted through the pandemic, and they're still impacted by some of those mental health challenges. And so we're very grateful that here in the community we have CHEO and the support and the resources that they provide to help battle mental health. We're very grateful for that support.
I'm so grateful that you're here to share the story, and grateful to RBC for stepping up again and again. You just always seem to be there when I think there's a solution and it requires some community commitment. The name RBC always seems to be attached to it, and with great talent like yourself.
Yeah, well, thank you, Sam, and absolutely. For us, giving back to the community and supporting, it's important to us. It's part of our culture. And we look forward to this year's event, and we look forward to many more events with CHEO.
For sure. October 6th is the big day. I know your calendar has a big circle on it. We're trying to encourage people, of course, to participate today. Heading to CHEO to visit the website, find out all the details about the event, raise some important money, get a team together. It's not too late, right? No, not too late. Still very early. RBC, raceforthekids.com. You can sign up as an individual. You can sign up as a family. Or if you're an organization or a business, you can sign your team up. And as we had alluded to before, it's a great way to really drive engagement, collaboration. It really gives a workforce a sense of purpose and giving back, and there's a lot of pride involved too. And it's a lot of fun. Yes. And so we really encourage folks to go on the website, to sign up your teams. And we look forward to having a fantastic event this year. Wonderful. I can see why you're so passionate about the event. Thanks so much, Daniel. I appreciate your time, for sure. A big thank you, of course, to Emily for joining us today, Alex, Jordan, Nadia, and to Daniel for sharing everything about Race for the Kids. CHEO, of course, is celebrating 50 years. This is the time to celebrate as they move into the next decade and provide all that incredible support and talent for our kids in this community. I'm Sam Laprade. This has been An Hour to Give. Thanks so much. Until next time.